All right, good morning, everybody. We are back for another episode of the Remote Strength Training. As always, I'm Dr. Spencer Agnew, here to lead some of the running specific strength work. Equipment-wise today, you're not going to need a lot. So I've got a lightweight I'm going to use for the first exercise, and then I have a backpack over here that I'm going to put some weights in just to get some overload. So if you have weights, you have some light objects, go for it, use them. If not, don't worry about it. And then we are going to do some push-ups. We got to get some upper body work in too. So if you can do it from the floor, that's where I'm going to do them. Totally fine. If you've got to use a wall or like I've got the desk over there, you can use that to kind of decrease the intensity, make it a little easier on yourself. Other than that, you shouldn't need anything else today. It should be pretty easy, pretty low key, a routine that you can just do at home. We're going to go through 7 different exercises, pretty typical for what we've been doing. 2 warm-up exercises, a jumping exercise, main strength, and then 3 kind of accessory movements too. So that's the plan for today. Any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, shoot me a message, and I will post. I don't have my whiteboard today, so I can't show you what we're doing, but I'll post all of the routine in the description, and I'll send it over to Jared. So like you can see, I'm not Jared today, but I'm running the show. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do, so the goblet squat is gonna be our main lift for today. So we're gonna do a squat correction exercise to warm up our core and our pelvic area to make sure that we can maintain some stability in that squat. And let me show you why we're doing this. So if we're doing a squat, I'm going to squat down. This is going to be a deep squat, right? What a lot of people do when they get down in that deep squat is they get down here and they drop forward. So you can see my back, I have this nice curve instead of having a straight back. So our goal is to make sure that we have a straight back, and a lot of that is due to core and pelvic control. So this is where I'm going to use a weight. All we're going to do is what I call a squat correction. We're going to hold the weight out in front, get down into a deep squat, and hold it for 5 seconds. The weight helps keep your chest upright so you maintain a straight back. So we're just gonna do 5 5-second holds with this. If you have a weight, use it. If you have a foam roller or something like that, just hold that out in front to give you a little bit of a counterbalance and to help keep that chest nice and upright, okay? So I'll count us off, we're just gonna do 5 of these. So, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do one more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the goal with that is that it helps teach the body, get a little bit of coordination going, warm the body up to maintain this upright position for when we're going to use it down the road. And then ideally, you're going to be able to do it without any weight. So there's the first one. First little warm-up exercise. Don't cut my head off. Second one we're going to do is a standing fire hydrant. So most of us have done fire hydrants, right? On the floor, bringing that leg out to the side. We're going to do that same exercise, but we're going to be standing. So it's going to increase the difficulty, increase the balance component from it, get you to single leg. We've talked previously, everything with running needs to transition to a single leg exercise because running is just a series of single leg hops. So we've got to take all of our exercises and make them specific to that single leg activity. So here, I'll go from the side first. I want you to bend one knee up about 90 degrees, stand in one leg, and then you're just going off to the side. So with this one, I can demo again. Hips are going to stay nice and level, and you're going to go out to the side. I don't want you to do this and compensate. We're going to keep the hips nice and level, out and back. Okay? So we're going to do 10, switch legs, try to get 3 sets of 10. So single leg stance, unlock the knees, bend up the opposite knee, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use a wall, 7, 8, 9, 10. If balance is difficult, use the wall for balance. I'd rather you get a good movement in, focus on strengthening the hips. You're going to work both sides instead of worrying about doing the maintaining the balance, worrying about that control aspect. So use some fingertips on the wall if you need. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this should work both hips. This leg's maintaining that upright position. This leg has to work to move the leg out. All right, second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to get harder and harder from a balance perspective the more we go. So take a little rest. If you've got any comments, any concerns, type them into the comments chat box and I'll take a look. So next leg here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. So we've got our warm up in, our squat correction, maintaining an upright trunk, stable pelvis, got some hip activation in. Now let's go to some jumping right before we do our main strength. So for our jump today, we're going to do a split squat jump. So we're going to go down to a split squat and then jump up, and switch legs. So I'm going barefoot. Well, I got socks on. You can use shoes, you can go barefoot. The challenge for a lot of people is getting into that squat position, whether it's in the big toe or through the ankle, just that range of motion. So if you've got to take a wider stance or a shorter stance, that's okay. Just try to keep your trunk upright. Try not to do this, right? We want to be here. So we're going to do 30 seconds. I'll time this on the clock, and we're just going to go back and forth 30 seconds. We'll take 30 seconds off, 30 seconds on, and off, and we'll kind of alternate through 3 times. So I'm going to make some noise here. Hopefully my son stays asleep. Ready, and go. And I'm using that running form the whole time. About halfway through. Eight seconds. And 5, 2, 1. Good. Take a little rest. How's that feeling, everybody? Just give me a good or a thumbs up in the chat. We're going to take 30 seconds. So it's going to be a little bit more intense. Get a little bit more of an aerobic workout in. Good. All right, 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, and go. Stay nice and upright, whole time. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, good. All right, 30 more. Last one then. Almost done. I need a fan in here. Awesome. $15 seconds. So the last one, take a little break, and then I'm going to use this to get some weight in for the squats. If you have weight, use it. If not, don't worry about it. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Halfway through. Seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. So got some jumping in. got some pelvic control, core control, hip jumping, breathing's up, getting that blood flowing. We're ready for some strength, okay? Awesome. So let me show you the next one. We're gonna do a goblet squat, up and down. I'm gonna hold the weights. Let me put my lighter weight back in here. So I've just got a bunch of random weights in there in a backpack. Zip it up. It's an easy way to get some overload, to get some strengthening in. Hold it in the goblet position. I'm gonna actually put it on my back, or put it on my chest here. And then we're just gonna do goblet squats. So 1, 2, and go to 8, okay? So for me, this is a nice way to get some overload. Some people have dumbbells, some people have kettlebells. They can hold it in that goblet position. Some people use a barbell and just do a regular back squat. I would like today to keep things more in the front rack position. So whether it's kind of a goblet squat, a front squat, I'm keeping it in the front here. Just trying to keep that chest nice and upright, working on that pelvic control like we did in the first exercise. So we're gonna do 4 sets of 8. Let's just keep them nice and easy goblet squats. We can, if you want to make it more challenging, we can do a tempo variation, which a tempo variation, my typical one to go to is 3 seconds down, 3 seconds hold, and back up. So it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and up. So if the regular squats are too easy, go to that variation. That's gonna make it a lot more challenging. You get a lot more time under tension, a little bit more demand on the tissue. But today, let's just kind of crank them out up and down. So let's do 8. I'll count them off. So get your feet set, shoulder width apart. It's okay to rotate them out a little bit if that feels comfortable for you. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And take a little rest. All right, we'll shoot for 4 sets of this. Checking, you guys feeling good? Good. Yeah, we'll do 4 sets total of this, and then we've got an uneven bridge, which we can scale back and forward depending on how hard it is for you. We can do it as a front squat, or front plank, just your standard plank. We got some push-ups and a single leg bridge hold with some thrust. So go ahead back. Let's go do we'll do our second set. Here. I'm losing the camera. All right, we're back. All right, second set. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. Take a rest. How are these feeling? You should potentially could feel quads working, hamstrings, glutes. Awesome. If you've got any hip pain or anything like that, in the front of the hip, you could feel a pinch in the front of the hip. You could feel a burn in the outside of the hip. What I would say is if you're having any discomfort, just go to where you kind of feel and just touch that discomfort. A lot of times I tell people just to kiss the discomfort and come back off. Just barely touch it and come back off. We don't want to hang out and push through pain. We want to teach the body and give the body success. Teach the body that the movements are tolerable and not try to push through and think of the whole mindset of no pain, no gain. That is not the goal with a lot of this stuff. Okay, so let's do our third set. Go down as deep as you can tolerate, right? Without having any pinching, without compensating your form. We're trying to keep that chest nice and upright here and up. If you're doing this, try to think about sitting down into the squat instead of sitting back. It's okay to let those knees go forward. As much as we've heard people say, don't let your knees go past your toes. That is old research. New research, relatively new, it's 7 years old, but we still haven't, as a profession, we still haven't changed. But research now shows that it's okay to let those knees go forward. So think about sitting down into the squat instead of sitting back. So get my weight on, do our third set. Good form, sitting down as deep as you can tolerate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right, take a little break. It's our third set. Sneak over here, make sure everything's good. I'm already feeling a little bit of soreness in my hamstrings, which is generally where I feel it. Just because on my left side, I've always had a little limitation there. So that's something I'm always working on. But good. All right, so we got one more set of this. Then I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit so you can see me on the floor. And I'll show you an uneven bridge and then also a front plank. And we can do whatever one feels good for you, whatever one's more manageable. Push-ups and some single leg bridges. So, last one. All right, and we're going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Put my weight to the side. We won't need weights or anything anymore. The only thing you might need for the push-ups if you have to kind of scale them back is using the wall, using a bench, a couch, something like that, to make them a little easier. Good. All right. So I'm going to rotate this down a little bit just so you can see me on the floor. Good. Sorry about that. So an uneven bridge, we're going to try to hold for 30 seconds. Basically do as much as you can. If you can hold the uneven bridge for 5 seconds, do that and then go back into a standard, uneven bridge into a standard plank. If you can hold the uneven bridge for 30 seconds, do it. If you can't hold it at all, then we'll just do a standard plank. So let me show you. Here, so if I'm down here, this is our standard plank. I'm gonna kind of go, I think this is easiest to see. Okay, standard plank, right? If we want to do an uneven bridge, opposite arm, opposite leg are going to be up. And we're going to hold this position. So hold that position, keeping the butt down, core tight. A lot of times I think about pulling that rib cage down. So we don't want you to be arching like this or up like this. So trying to stay nice and flat, hold for as long as you can. I'll time for 30 seconds. I'll let you know when we're halfway through, when we've got 10 seconds to go. So you've got kind of a barometer to know how long you're able to make it before you have to go back into a standard plank. And if you've got to scale back more than that, do a plank from your knees. If you're be able to go a little bit further, then you can add movements to it. Okay, I'm going to hang out in the middle range. All right, so we're going to do 30 seconds, switch sides, take a break. So in this position and go. Challenge here is balance and making sure that we can maintain this position. I'm on the carpet, other than that slip on the floor. This is halfway. I'm gonna try to keep my core tight. 20 seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. So that's challenging. It's pretty tough. We will switch sides and do the same thing on the other side. So 30 seconds again, front plank or the uneven bridge. Ready and go. Oops, wrong leg. There we go. Again, I'll count you off so you know kind of where you're at. Here is 10. 15. 20. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, take a little break. Whew. Getting warm. How's that feel? Were you able to do the uneven bridge at all? Was it all the front plank? How are things feeling? Awesome. Good. Good. Take a little rest, about a full minute. We'll try that one more time, and then we'll go into some push-ups and some bridging. Almost done. So I'm working. This is not an easy routine, but it's not crazy hard. The nice thing with it is it's limited equipment. You need I'm using a backpack full of some weights. Right now people have Christmas equipment, decorations, things that they can use. You have all the weights, textbooks for your college kids. Enough ways to make some overload at home without having to go out and get a bunch of weights. If you have them, phenomenal. That's what I prefer. But then it doesn't take a lot of time. I'm chatting during all this. We're getting a little bit of rest, but it'll be like a 30-minute routine, which is pretty good bang for your buck. Something you can slide in right after a run, substitute for a run that day, depending on what your training is looking like. So let's get in. We're going to do our last set of either the uneven bridge or the plank. Challenge here is if you're doing the plank, right, you're getting 4 30-second bouts. If you're doing the uneven bridge, it's only 2 on each side. So that's why we're not going to do our typical 3 sets of 30, because then forward plank people would get 6 rounds in. So we're going to get in position and go. And we're 10 seconds in. 15. 20. 25. 2, 1. Good. Take a little break. We'll do one more. Almost done. Then we got some push-ups. My favorite. Not. Gotta get some upper body stuff in too. Still, that pressing motion still more beneficial. We know a lot of times I tell people to have a good strength routine, we need to utilize all of the life movements. And your life movements are squat. We got plenty of that in today. Hinge, more like a deadlift. Push, pull, and carry. So even though we're focusing on running, to be able to apply strength to our whole lives, we need to make sure that we do all 5 of those. I do a lot of carries with folks, really good for core and trunk stability. We do a ton of deadlifts and a ton of squats. The push and the pulls are things that we try to sprinkle in a little bit here, just because they're good for functional activities at home. We're not using them as much in the running community. All right, last one of these. And ready, set, go. I always gotta remember which one I did. Lose my balance. And there's 10. 15. 20. 25. 2, 1. Good. All right. All right. Let's take a little bit of rest. Let's take a full minute. Then we're going to do some push-ups. So push-ups, we can do on the floor. We can do on a chair, on a desk, against the wall, just to make it feel a little bit easier. If we have to do them here, that's totally fine. Oops, there we go. So, like the other things we've done, we basically want to do push your body to the limit, do as much as you can tolerate. So if you can, we're gonna try to do 10. If you can tolerate doing 2 on the floor, and then you go to a desk or something and take the pressure off, do that, it's totally fine. We're just trying to get 10 reps in total, make it challenging, push you to your limits, so that we can get some overload, break down the tissue, create an adaptation, get you stronger. Just like when we're training for runs, right? We want to have some easy days, then we want to stress the body, recover from that, adapt, and get better. All right, it's about 5 more seconds. So then we're just going to do 10 push-ups, take a break, and we'll go through that about 3 times. Okay? You can see how my awesome push-up. That. All right, ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, take a little break. So if yours are slower, totally fine. Faster, totally fine. You want to do, I try to do a little bit more of a narrow grip, get more triceps. If you're out here, that's okay. Basically, whatever's going to give you success and allow you to do it. Ideally, we want to bring those arms in and do them down in here. If you're not ready for that yet, like we said, totally fine. Meet you where you're at. All right. Well, we'll take about 15 more seconds. So we'll do 10 reps, 45 seconds-ish rest. Decent amount of rest so that you're not burning out by the last set. But we'll do 3 of these total. 5 more seconds. All right. And go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, My rest. All right, so we're almost done. One more set of push-ups, then we're gonna go to our single leg bridges. For our bridges, we're gonna do a combination. We're gonna do some holds and then some repetitions. So we're shooting for like 30 seconds or so. We can do 20 seconds holds, 10 seconds of reps. If that's easy, then you can go 30 seconds of holds, 15 seconds of reps, and go to 45 seconds. And then if that's easy, we can go 30 and 30, go to a minute. But today, we'll just do 20 and 10, kind of create that baseline, and then you can progress from there as you feel comfortable, as you get stronger. All right, last one. It's gonna be tough. I might be sore tomorrow. All right, ready? And go. 1, 2, 9, 10. Whew. Anything push-ups, push planks, not my favorite, but I just need that to do more of them. All right, we'll take our 45-second rest. I'll demo the bridging, then we'll go into our last exercise. So we're gonna be here on the floor. It's gonna be single leg, up, hold, no arch. Don't let that bottom sink. Kind of keep everything nice and straight. We'll be here for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna do reps. When we do reps, think about it moving from our hips and utilizing our glutes to raise you up, not using your back, right? Some people will just arch their back to get their hips up. Try to keep your back nice and flat, movement from the hips, okay? That's the only real compensation, real challenge you can have. If this is too hard, put your hands on the floor, give yourself some support. If you can, keep them off. That forces the muscle tissue to do all the work from a balance perspective and from a strength perspective. But if you've got to compensate a little bit, that's okay. All right, so we'll go here. We're going to do 20 seconds and then 10. 30 seconds total. All right, get in position. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, and up. Think about driving through that heel, squeezing that glute. And back nice and flat. Don't let it sink, don't arch. I think about pulling my rib cage down and keeping my core tight. And in 3, 2, 1, now we'll do reps. Down and up. Think about squeezing that glute. And switch. So get the other position, ready, and go. Same thing here, push through the heel, squeeze the glute. I can feel some of my hamstring from the work we did earlier with the squats. I'm gonna be a little sore in the hammy. 5 seconds until we do reps. 2, 1, and reps. Three, 2, 1, and good. Take a rest. All right, so one set in, focusing on the glutes, trying to get those, your glute max to fire, to generate that force up. Also a little bit of a balance exercise. A lot of benefit with this one. And like I said, if it's too easy, we can extend that duration a little further. Ideally, we're getting up close to a minute for that. Obviously, with all these exercises, as the duration gets longer for them, the amount of exercises can decrease. Right? If you only have 30 minutes to get stuff in, but you're doing 3 times a minute each side for this one, I mean, that's 6 minutes of work. That's a decent amount of, it's what, 20% of your activities. So you decrease how many exercises you're doing, that's totally fine. All right, we'll get ready. Second set. So back in position, leg up, and go. 20 seconds again, and then 10 seconds of reps. Ten seconds. And 4, 3, 2, 1, reps. Three, 2, 1, and switch. All right, get in position and up. I'm scooting back a little bit. So not 20 seconds. 10 more seconds before we switch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reps. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right. We got one more set, and we are all done. So what are we at time-wise? So it's going to be about 30 minutes or so. Pretty solid, not too long. Obviously, right, if you're going to the gym, you've got more equipment. You're going to not just do 30 minutes probably there. You're making that trip, so you're going to go a little bit longer. So we can add things on for that. Make things, maybe you'll get your run in there or some cardio or whatever. But 30 minutes at home, pretty attainable. You can make this a 20-minute workout. Trying to give you opportunities and ideas to be successful, right? The more consistent we can be right now with the strength work, the better you're going to be down the road. We can keep you healthy. We can increase performance and increase that mental health as well, just with these added activities that are going to allow you to continue to run. All right, here, last set in. I'm going to scoot this way so I don't slide off the carpet. And ready, set, go. 20 seconds again. And we're 10 seconds in. And switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reps. Tap and up. 3, 2, 1, and we're switching. All right, back down. The last one, ready and go. Got my toe off the ground. I'm trying to push through my heel. I want it to be a hamstring and a glute exercise, not as much a quad. 10 seconds in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reps. 2. And 2, 1. Good. All right. That's a wrap. Ooh, my hair's a little messy. All right. So just this little bit. We will leave it at that then. So nice work. 30 minutes or so for the routine. Challenging, not too challenging. A lot of ways that you can modify it and scale it. So if the ideas I gave you to adjust things and modify things weren't enough, shoot me a message. You can reach out to Movement Shoes. They can get a hold of me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Shoot me an email, spencer@peakendurancept.com. And we can brainstorm some more ideas and things for you to adjust the plan to what you need it for. All right. We will be back next month to do another one. I'm not sure necessarily what's going to happen with holidays and stuff. Don't want to interrupt people's, whether they're traveling or whether they're spending time with close family or whatnot. So we will be in touch. Look out for us on Facebook. We'll make another announcement soon. But have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Happy running.